welcome everyone back to Mr. Dar Weather Updates. In today's video, we'll look at the radar, we'll look at UKV, have a look at the next 5 days, and precipitation anomalies, and also temperatures for the next 5 days as well. We'll also have a look at the GFS, ECM, and UK Meteo ensembles for the next couple of weeks as well on the charts. That'll be for the couple of weeks. That will take us to the end of July as well. So make sure you do like and subscribe. I've got a Facebook page as well that I post the other day. I'll give you the link of it if you want to see it. But more likely, if you see this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and please follow my Facebook as well. Thank you so much for doing that. My Facebook is called Mr. Dan with Updates. Post daily updates as well. So please make sure to follow it. Okay, so this is the live net weather radar. You can see there's nothing for me to explain at all. No precipitation really. It's self-explanatory. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, not even a drizzle. The only thing that could resemble that is there's some North Sea cloud in the northeast. That is bringing, obviously, that's brisk northeasterly wind. That's bringing the moisture from the North Sea, and it's going into parts of the northeast of England, to parts of northern England as well. Otherwise, that may retreat, and it's going to be another widely clear and quite warm day. Still quite above average, but not heat wave. We're not really in the heat wave anymore in majority areas, other than the far south and southwest. We're still getting to 30 Celsius there, which we'll have a look at the moment in the ECM charts in a minute. So if we do have a look at the UKV, have a look at temperatures for the next precipitation and the precipitations for the next 5 days. You can see, as go obviously over the course of the day, North Sea cloud retreats, some high level cloud possible still. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, nice and clear. It will turn a bit cloudier as we go over the course of today. In the night time of Wednesday, coming from the North Sea once again. It's going to be quite grim in the morning, so not much clear skies though. Otherwise, Wednesday very clear and crisp. Well, very warm, if not quite hot day. You can see some showers there. That is just lingering there. In the very far south. That could happen at times. However, the confidence, unfortunately, is decreasing on that. But southwestern areas such as Cornwall may see some heavy thundery showers at times, but very unlikely to be, if I'm being honest. On Thursday, once again, very clear in most areas. There's a bit of cloud around in Scotland, and obviously the thunder showers I mentioned. Not as cloudy, actually, in terms of North Sea cloud. Oops, what's happened here? There we go. Not as cloudy in terms of North Sea cloud. Oh, why is this doing this? What's the point? Yeah, in terms of North Sea cloud. I don't know why it keeps buggering out. I'll have to just use this one. But yeah, there will be some North Sea cloud probably. Not as much though. As we go for the night, into Friday night, so Thursday night, there'll still be some North Sea cloud in the northeast. See some further moisture there. Otherwise, mostly clear. But as you go for the coast, we've got more North Sea cloud possible. That will break throughout the day. Again, another clear and warm day with plenty of sunshine. And then as we go into Saturday, still got some thicker cloud in, well, North Sea cloud coming from the coast. That could actually get some precipitation, actually. There's a little bit of precipitation there. But they're very unlikely to bring a lot at all. Because over the course of the day, it's going to be nice and, well, it's going to be very pleasant, sunny, warm conditions. Cooler on the coast, of course. That's the day I'm going, actually. On to, yeah, it's the end of Saturday. More clouds spilling in. This time it's from the west, actually. I think this is from the west this time. From the Atlantic, so it's a bit more moisture going from there. Otherwise, you know, it's still quite a clear day. Not as clear as recent days, really. Otherwise, very pleasant, really. We have actually got some drizzle in the far northwest of Scotland, northeast actually. Unlikely to total up too much, but obviously is more needed in the south than Scotland because they've had quite a wet period recently. If you do have a look at temperatures and see how accurate they are today. Was this even on? There we go. Oops. I don't think it wants to go on or whatever. So anyway, let's have a look at the temperatures for Tuesday then, which is today. This is the temperature we're expecting this afternoon. We could get to 30 Celsius, but looking at the net weather live observations, I think it's going to be a little bit less than that because we've got more of a thicker cloud cover. So it'll be a little bit less than that. And over the course of the night, it's going to be a lot fresher. We've got that North Sea cloud acting like a blanket, and it's going to be keeping things a lot fresher. We could be into the single figures tonight, actually, in the far north of Scotland. But it's going to be a bit more uncomfortable sleeping in the south. If you have a look at the temperatures for Wednesday, if I ever get to it, there we go. Is this Wednesday? Yeah. We can see we are, again, very above average temperatures for most areas, actually. You can see in Scotland, we're in the mid-20s, 25, perhaps even 26 Celsius possible in Midlands of Scotland. Rest, and then it's more western areas really that's getting it. Oh no, actually 27 degrees as well possible in Ayrshire. That will be the highest we could see tomorrow in Scotland. So very high temperatures really. Rest of England, so northern England a little bit cooler really. Other than the west actually, northern England 27, 28 degrees. But in the eastern areas, northeastern will still be in the high teens, low 20s, so a lot fresher there. Rest of areas, high 20s, maybe 30 Celsius possible, so not widely 29, 30 or 31 Celsius possible on Wednesday. So again, well above average still, but we're also still in the heat wave basically. Not as intense as last week though. Still quite nice nights actually. Quite a comfortable night actually, just there. So it's not too bad. If we have a look for Thursday, you can see, once again, very similar conditions. Mid-20s in Scotland, 25, 26 Celsius, maybe 27 Celsius. England, low to mid-20s, so we could see 24, 25, 28 Celsius there in Lincolnshire. A little bit warmer in the coast, actually. More likely saying 20 Celsius. Still going to be quite cool, though. Then, more in the rest of areas, high 20s, maybe even touching 30 Celsius or 29. 30 degrees is still possible in the same areas, really. So, quite pleasant summer's day, really. If not a little bit above average, a bit uncomfortable there. Again, very similar on Friday. If not a little bit cooler in Scotland, because we've got more of a cloud and a bit more drizzle going on here. This time we're back into the high teens, low 20s, maybe mid-20s in some areas. If you go for the south, 24 Celsius is the highest we've got to see in Scotland. Otherwise, northeast areas, mid to high teens, with that North Sea cloud. So very cool, actually, in the coast. Hence, even if we've got that, heat in the south. And that's the same Northern England. Mid-20s, then the rest of areas. High 20s, 30 Celsius possible, so we could see 30 degrees at some point. But again, not too bad at all. Then having a look at, what is this, Saturday. A lot cooler, actually. You can see the temperatures are starting to retreat quite a lot here. And you can see northern Scotland, where high teens, low 20s. Could still see 22 degrees, actually, in Scotland. And also England as well. Not as cool in the coast, actually. Could see 21 Celsius. Otherwise, widely 22 Celsius in the north. And then in northern England, southern England, mid-20s. So more towards, we're basically around average, really. Highest we could see, 27, perhaps 28 Celsius, but most likely staying in that 27 region, really. Widespread 25 Celsius. So very, not as warm. It's more average, isn't it? So not too bad at all. If we do have a look at the GFS, you can see we've got that high pressure going to the north. Unfortunately, that thundery low, you can see that's not going to do much, unfortunately. All that's going to do is add extra moisture and nothing at all, actually. As we're going to the weekend, high pressure is still dominating, bringing a northeasterly wind direction. You can see that the wind's there. But as we go throughout the next week, that high pressure becomes more dominated. It moves back into England, and it brings more of a southerly, southwesterly direction, and that could feed in some quite hot air. So this could be the fourth, another hot spell coming up. So a very anticyclonic picture. We've got like a very marginal low pressure there that's spinning up, and that could actually invoke this high pressure to feed in from the UK as well. So it's quite hot there actually. If you have a look at temperature profiles. But as we go through the next half of, well, final few days of July, we could have a bit of an unsettled, showery, thundery period. There's a bit of a trough there forming. That could be quite thundery. A bit of showers. A bit more of Atlantic regime there. Does start to build in again, but we've got more Atlantic going on. So signs of perhaps a change, more changeable at the start of August, really. But other than that, I think the whole of July is really it's going to be anticyclonic. There's not much signs at all from any rain. Actually, we are going to have to wait quite a long time for the next rain. Let's say probably the next rain is going to be at best late July. Unfortunately, for a lot of people in the south, that's not good news because we've already had nearly a month without rainfall, which is not great, isn't it? Really. So we'll see how the models change, but we're still in front of the hot spell, which will not help at all for dryness. A lot of wildfires around, unfortunately. So if I look at the temperature profile to see what this spell is capable of, we can see the temperatures do start to increase as we go through the next week. This time next week, I think it's not going to get that hot. It's probably very similar to the last heat wave, actually. So this is the peak of the temperatures we could see if this had to happen with the southerly directional wind. You can see we're idly in the low to mid 30s. Once again, this is not as extreme as previous heat waves, not like a break-in really. It's more like a typical heat wave really. If it is a heat wave actually, I think it's more like a hot spell. But we could see 33 to 34 Celsius likely. So that's basically what we can see there. If that had to play out, but we'll keep an eye on the temperatures though. Nothing extreme looking from the UK GFS at the moment. Look at the ECM once again. We've got high pressure to the Scotland. That does start to weaken a little bit as we go into end of next week, so it's not going to be as hot. Temperatures do start to retreat as we get more of like this easterly flow as well. Bit of a northeasterly flow, you can see it there actually. But after next week, as the high pressure starts building once again, we've got a ridge forming. We've got that thundery low to the at the bottom. Not as ambitious as the GFS though. This is only the 24th again, but that would feed in some hot air from the south. That would be the perfect direction for it actually, because that's it's going to come in here. So a very similar picture actually to the GFS. If you have a look at the upper air temperatures, 15, 16 degrees isotherm, so that could increase throughout. But again, a subtropical isotherm, again, that could get us up to 30 Celsius at the very least, once again, after a brief cool down, if you want to call it that. UK Met Euro, once again, high pressure to the northwest, bringing in a northeasterly direction from the North Sea. That will be more prominent throughout next week, where we're going to have like winds coming from the North Sea, so northeasterly direction, bringing in cooler air. Nothing, not unsettled at all though. And as we go for next week, that high pressure ridge is back in. It's standing out to the Atlantic, and it's more like a block pattern now. It's like a ridged pattern, bringing winds from the south, bringing more heat wave thresholds. Again, would be our heat wave number 4 if that had to play out. See that isotherm there? I think that's going to slowly push in as them weather fronts move along. So yeah, if I quickly have a look at the precipitation types, again, looking at this is not good news at all for any rainfall. I mean, I say the only sign of any rainfall is literally going to be the final 3 days. Maybe the odd thundery shower on Sunday. I don't think that's going to happen actually. Very sporadic at that pressure level. I don't think that's going to happen actually, in my opinion. So if you look at it in a general direction, of course, we are definitely not going to see a lot of rain, if any, throughout July. That is it. unless we get any pan change, which unfortunately I don't think that's going to happen because that high pressure is really dominating. It's blocking the Atlantic signals to go on. And I think the first sign of rain we could actually see will be after the 28th. And then that's the proper sign, which is quite a long time away. Another 2 weeks. And remember, very unreliable relying from that. That's only from the ensembles. So I'll have to wait and see if that had to happen. Maybe, but I don't think we're going to get any rain, really, in the south. At the very least. Maybe more in the northwest, but otherwise, very anticyclonic this month. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.